Hello everybody, this is Mr. Farley, and today we're doing another Photoshop lesson. Today we're using the clone stamp tool to alter this picture right here. So go to the website, grab the picture, drag it down to Photoshop, open it in Photoshop. Alright, forgot to tell you yesterday, I think, just the layers palette. You might see a little button down here on the layers palette. There's a lot of ways to arrange all these layers and buttons, and the button that does it all is up here. So if you click this button, there's a lot of different ways you can see these windows. So if anything ever gets all messed up, you can always go back to one of these presets. And if you mess one of these presets up, you can always reset. So if I mess up photography, like I'm in photography here, and I move this here, and I move that there, and I get my layers are somewhere else, I don't know where they are, and my button layer is gone, or, I don't know, deleted or whatever, you can always get everything back by resetting the palettes. So that's pretty nice. I'm going to stick here with photography, and because that's where I can see my layers here nicely. Buttons, everything I need for buttons is right over here. I got histogram. It's kind of nice. All right. So here's my picture, and I'm going to Command plus just a little bit to zoom in on that. So it's just picture Mrs. Farley at in Yosemite at the Ahwahnee Lodge, and she's looking at a squirrel down here. All right, and so what I want to do is I'm going to do some cloning. So cloning is duplicating, kind of. If I want to make a clone of this squirrel here, or a duplicate of it, then I'm going to clone him. So how I'm going to do that is, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new layer. So I got a background layer. It's locked. That's all fine. That's this layer here. I'm going to do layer, new layer. And what this does, it allows me to clone this guy here and put him on a new layer. And I'll show you why that's important in a second. So make yourself a new layer like that. Again, layer, new layer. All right, and then I'm going to go to this tool right here. This is the clone stamp tool. All right, should have it. There we go, clone stamp tool. All right, click that tool, and I get it when I'm, a normal sort of brush size there. But if I press my Option key, I'll get a little target. See that? So Option key, hold it down, and I got a little target. And now what this target is this is where I'm going to pick up the pixels. All right, and then if when I move over, I will then paint with those pixels. All right, so there's two places that are important when you're cloning. One is where you're picking up the pixels. That's the target. Hold down the Option key. So Option key right on the tail there. And then I'm going to move over, and you can see the tail, right? And you can place it where you want. So I'm going to place that tail right there, and then I'm going to hold down my mouse, and I'm painting. So holding down the mouse, and I paint those pixels right there. So now I got a little clone of a mouse. Squirrel. All right. Now the squirrel is on this layer, this guy. So I can do this little eyeball here. I can see that the squirrel is on that other layer. All right. So the cool thing about this now is I can go up here to this move tool here. I can move this guy wherever I want. All right. And you can see I've copied the pixels that are around this squirrel. And what I can do is eraser tool, just like we learned yesterday, and I can erase those if I want. So that's the beauty of working on this other layer here with a lot of tools. If you put them on a new layer, then you can manipulate that layer. You can fix things up. I can even Command T if I want. Command T, hold down the Shift key, and I can make him bigger now. Now that I've cleaned up his edges, he's getting pixelated. This is not a very high-res picture. I can make him smaller. I can make him bigger. I can rotate him. All kinds of cool things. I'm just going to put him right. Maybe he's a little baby squirrel right there. Press return. There we go. All right. So what I want you to do is clone stamp this picture. You can clone stamp the squirrel. You can do whatever you want. You can clone stamp this. You can clone stamp stuff away on a photo too. So if I want to get rid of this bag, I don't want this bag here. I'm going to look at the clone stamp tool. I'm going to grab pixels from here. So I'm going to option click here, and then I'm going to go over to the bag and I'm going to paint away the bag. All right. Now one thing that happens right there, you can see what it happened right there, is that I start picking up pixels, and I can actually pixel, start getting rid of. So don't go too far with your clone stamping. If you're getting in close to things like this, you just want to do little clicks. All right, and also brush hardness. I have a real soft brush. A real soft brush works pretty well for cloning around things, but when you get close to things like a dress, you want to go with a harder brush, and maybe smaller. All right, I pressed escape to get out of that window. Smaller brush so that you can get in there and get. So now she's just standing there, no bag at all. All right, and that kind of messed up that dress a little bit, so I could clone stamp from over here. So I'm grabbing those pixels, and now I'm painting just to fix that up. So you can really touch stuff up. Yellow line here. I don't know what that yellow line's for. I don't want that yellow line. All right, and I can go hold down Command or hold down Option, click, and then I can just paint that yellow line away. So clone stamping is a great tool for special effects like this. It's also great for cleaning up stuff in your photo that you don't like. Well, careful now, I've duplicated this whole structure right here. Duplicated things give away clone stamping like nothing else. So break it up a little bit, get rid of the most recognizable things, and then it won't catch the eye as something you actually duplicated. All right, so have fun with it, and post it to Google+, and make sure you post it to your website as well. All right, thanks, bye.